All right, here with Clayton Murphy after a long day, 800-meter final, and new 800-meter champ here in the U.S. Onward to Rio. How you feeling? What was it like out there today, heading into that race?
It was a long day. 5:51 or whatever start is it's a long day to sit in a hotel and think about the race, but it was a good day, I guess, and finally got dinner in and starting to finally start to sink in a little bit, but still hasn't even got halfway in yet.
Yeah, I was gonna say, you made it to that World Championship last year. You won NCAA. Is it, the Olympic, making that Olympic team? What did you think it would feel like?
I mean, it's everything and more. Ever since I started running, it's the Olympics, and it's starting to become a reality. Prior to this, the last couple of months have become the big goal of making the team, and to make the team now it's huge. And like I said, it's barely starting to sink in, and I'm sure it's going to take a couple days.
Your road to get here was an interesting one. Obviously, you ran well in NCAAs, but you were trying to get that standard for the 15. You had a couple races where you were chasing, then you had to make a decision on what you were going to run. Can you just kind of talk through the couple weeks from NCAAs to now and what it was like to make that decision in the midst of that,
Yeah.
going pro and figuring all that out? So it was a lot of decisions in a really short time.
Yeah, I mean, Portland after NCAAs was set in stone no matter what. And then to be that close to the standard kind of was like, all right, I can get this standard. And then Seattle just didn't work out. And so Sunday became the decision after Seattle of the 8 or 15. So not having the standard was pretty quick to choose the 8, I'd say. And then so that decision was pretty set. And then deciding that week before, after NCAAs, to turn professional and sign with Paul and make that move. And then having that contract, all negotiations going on that week after Seattle. It was nice to have that done and before I got here and had the focus completely be on racing.
Was there any challenges in I mean, the 800 decisions sound easy, but in terms of going pro, you had another year, a lot of success at Akron. Was there any challenges in knowing whether you wanted to stay or go? What were you weighing out?
I mean, yeah, a lot of it was talking with family and coach and making sure the decision was right. And it wasn't I didn't make the decision right after NCAAs. It was kind of a build up to it, and I discussed it prior to it. So it wasn't a get done racing on Friday and make the decision Friday night. It kind of was a build up to that. And I thought the decision and the time was right to make the next step in my career. And I thought I was ready to go beyond the NCAA level. So it was a tough decision for sure to hang up the jersey for one more year and not race as an Akron Zip. But I thought the decision was right.
So the race today, you win this thing. But what's been the biggest change in the last year? You were fourth year a year ago. Now a big PR today, first time under 145, and you beat one of the best guys in the world, world indoor champ. What's been the biggest differences over the last 12 months?
I think it's just confidence the coach has given me. You can race with anybody. You just have to be in the right position, and I think that that having the right racing strategy and being smart throughout the race and not getting boxed in or not getting caught on the inside and being able to get through the first 600 meters strong really kind of gave me that confidence for the last 100. And I always say if I can beat with anybody in the last 100, I don't like to get beat in the last 100. So just having fun and being confident in myself.
You got some sprint background, right? From
yeah. Back in the high school days, around the 100 meters. Yeah, yeah.
Well, last year when Nick didn't go to Worlds, you got that big international experience. How much you feel like that's going to help you for Rio?
I think it's big because it kind of got that awe factor out of it of lining up with guys like David and Rudisha and line up into Bird's Nest, and now to be able to go to Rio and kind of have that maybe that awe factor kind of taken care of and have the main goal of running fast and making the final and seeing what happens, because once you make the final, it's anything can happen. So I think having that awe factor kind of taken care of and just having the main goal be running as fast as I can and getting through the rounds again. So it's nice to have that big international experience.
Yeah. Do you look at some of the guys that you'll see out there, and is there a fear of? Because I imagine you've been watching these guys since you were in high school.
Yeah.
Or is there, you talked about that confidence you had this year. How do you go in and weigh out having to go up against these guys that have run 141, 142?
I don't know if it's a fear thing. It's a little bit of that, like I said, awe factor of wow. I've been watching these guys on Diamond League races and World Championships and Olympics since ever. I mean, I've been watching that 2012 Olympic final since 2012. I used to watch it for every race. And now to be able to race some of those guys on that Olympic level is going to be it's going to be interesting for sure, and I'm excited to have that opportunity. And I think now it's instilling that confidence in myself and just saying that I can run with them through 600 and then be able to finish strong.
Just going back to the race today, when can you talk about the last 100 and at what point did you know you were going to win, and what was that feeling like in that moment?
Yeah, I'd say at 200 I thought I could be top 3, and that was the main goal. Obviously, was to be top 3. So at 200 I was like, okay, I can do this. And then with 100 to go, I kind of opened up again and was like, all right, I can be second. And then with 30 to go, I was like, I hope I can get him. And I kept going, and I didn't really know until the last 10 meters, and then about 2 meters before the line, I saw that I'd completely cleared of him. And that moment right there was kind of like, all right, I'm an Olympian and a trials champion. So it was cool to see that, and I had no clue. I mean, I kind of had an idea what we went through in 400, but I had no clue what our time was and what I'd ran, and to know I broke 145 was kind of like icing on the cake at that point.
Yeah, we looking at the splits. It was like the last 3 200s, 26 mid, 26 mid, 26 mid.
Yeah.
And that's actually pretty common for you. It seems like you can run even at a fast pace, you can run a pretty even pace 800, which a lot of guys can't do. Where does that come from?
I think it's just the strength work, and I'd rather it be as even pace 800, I guess, but I'm not afraid of running fast. So I think it's 1500 background and just having confidence I can run even pace and keep moving through an 800.
What's your quarter? What can you run for 400?
I had a couple of 46.0, 49 or 45.8 splits,
okay.
FAC. So I haven't ran it open for him since high school. So maybe at some point.
And last thing, 1500 this week. Are you in or are you out?
I'm out. I'm gonna enjoy the experience of running the 800 and enjoy the week here at trials and be a spectator for a while.
Cool. Well, congrats. Big race today.
Thank you.
Big step
Thanks.
forward, and big things for Rio.
Thanks.
Thanks, Clayton.